Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be doing a money making method which was released this week, and this is actually creating ectoplasm. Now, through some rituals anyway, you would have gotten a little amount of ectoplasm during your rituals and stuff like that. But now Jagex this week have released an actual ritual where you can convert buckets of slime into ectoplasm. Now, currently as it stands, it is actually considerable profit. It's roughly, again, going off what the wiki says, roughly about 140k profit per ritual, which if you could do your sort of standard 60, 70 rituals per hour, can quite easily make 10 mil per hour. And that's without any extra loot from the random events and stuff like that as well. Now, there's going to be a few things which are going to limit us for this as well, and it's definitely something worthwhile checking into your bank now if you have any buckets of slime. So through the Death Note event from last Easter-ish, one of the rewards from sort of a low tier presents was actually buckets of slime. So there's a very high chance you actually have a decent stack. Here I've got 1,000 in my bank of the actual slime. So what we're going to be doing is going through the price of the ectoplasm now and roughly what you need to do this as well, and rough prices for how much the ritual costs. I'm also going to go through a way that you can go and get bucket slimes remarkably quick, and then we're going to go to the ritual as well, test the ritual, see what the GP for hours is like, and if the ectoplasm does actually in fact sell. So the problem is with the buckets of slime are untradeable. So whether you've got stock in your bank or if you need to go and collect it yourself, you do need to spend that time collecting this resource. However, it does turn out that for buckets of slime, if you're going to do the method I'm going to show you shortly, you can make roughly 2.5k-ish buckets of slime per hour. In this video, we're going to go over the buckets of slime guide, but I might actually do a one-off video just talking through like a really good way to collect slime, if you're an Iron Man or if you're something else, just so you don't have to work your way through this video as well. So we're going to go to the Grand Exchange for a few reasons. I'm going to stock up on some buckets, and if you're an Iron Man, go to the shop and just buy some from the farming store. Again, aggression potions have sold from the other day or selling. So the first one we're going to check is the ectoplasm price. So this is where we're going to be looking to do. And as you can see, it has took a pretty big hit over the past couple of days. This was quite comfortably 4.5k. 2.6, it's alright, it's actually not too bad. And the good thing is as well, ectoplasm is in demand. And especially because they've got the benefit now of like summoning all the familiars with an extra bit of ectoplasm, it's going to be in demand, it's going to be there. So 2.675 is actually a pretty decent price for us and something we'll settle on. So to get to the slime, we're going to teleport to the ectofunctus. Now there's two ways to do this. You can do the ectofail and teleport here to the ectofunctus, or you can use your Mauritania legs and the slime teleport. Now for the Mauritania legs, you don't actually need a bracket 4 legs. Bracket 2 is good enough and will teleport you directly to the slime pit. However, if you don't have those, the ectofail will do. It's just going to take us a couple of seconds to run down. So you're going to go down to this trapdoor and you're going to go here into where the slime is. We're going to click on this weathered wall to jump down. I think it's something like 58 agility. We're going to go down the stairs and then we're going to run around here to the stairs here. Now, in terms of your info, you don't need anything. I thought you actually needed to buy buckets. Turns out you don't. You automatically loot as buckets of slime. Now, what we're going to be doing for this, you can actually go to the bank and come back if you wanted to. But what I would recommend for an even quicker method is to actually use magic notepaper. So once your info is full, whack the item onto the magic notepaper, that will note it, and then you can go again. Like I've said before, doing it this method is 2.5k buckets per hour, and you're going to need 20 buckets per ritual. So for each hour you're going to be doing this, it's 125 of the rituals you're going to be able to complete. And that's roughly going to equate to something like 6,000-ish. You're going to get 55 ectoplasm per ritual. You're going to be getting a decent amount of ectoplasm for that 1 hour of collecting. Don't get me wrong, is it slightly annoying that you do have to collect this and you can't just buy it on exchange? Yes, but is it something which can be easily done and very, very AFK at the same time? Absolutely as well. Now, along with this, you can actually get buckets of slime from Robin Hood if you trade in 12 or whatever amount of bones in per day, and he will give you the bone meal as well as the buckets of slime to go to the ectofunctus. Not only that as well, we're going to check sort of after we've done this info, we're going to see if they sell it at the docks. I have a feeling they did, or at least they did at some point, but I don't think it's going to be in the kind of numbers we're going to need to actually be able to do the ritual. I think you'll need a lot more than it as well. But in terms of how to get your slime, that is the best way to do it. It is at the ectofunctus. So what I would make sure to do, before going to collect your buckets of slime, make sure to check your bank. Because if you were around last year during that event, before Necromancy where you were collecting the Death Notes, there is a very, very, very high chance you actually have a decent stock of buckets of slime already, which you could actually convert into cash. So now we've got our buckets ready, we need to go and do the ritual and get the ritual ready. So for this, you just need your basic sort of necromancy ritual stuff. You need your candles, your inks, and all your other stuff. So if I go and get that ready, so if I get all the inks, Tomb of as well for your nice and speedy teleport. So in terms of how much the ritual actually costs, and again, you're going to need 95 necromancy to do this, and it's going to be 6.6k per ritual. You're going to need the tier 3 site as well, just for the benefits of stuff. So you're going to need to create 2 elemental 2 glyphs. You're going to need to create 2 change 3 and 4 regent 3. Now the total cost for those glyphs are going to be 14.4k per ritual. And for the price we've roughly price checked at 2.5k, it's going to be 125k profit. So not as good as what the wiki says, because the price of Ectoplasm is a little bit lower, and I think it's dropped since. But it's still going to be a decent enough profit. So we're going to teleport to the site, and teleport to the ritual site, that's it. Site with a tier 3 ritual site. I actually managed to squeeze in 3 multiply glyphs. But again, you can do whatever you want, whether you wanted to attract for the chance of extra random events, or basically whatever you want to do in terms of changing that to your purpose. I've got the necromancy cape as well, so I've got an additional multiply 3 glyph, so we'll have a decent multiply rate on anyway. So basically what it is changing and setting up your ritual site ready for it. And again, it's nothing too big. It was changing them to the 2 elemental bracket 2 of the changing 3, and 4 of a regent 3 as well. And again, just go over prices, that is roughly just under 15k for setting that ritual up. And with the price of the Ectoplasm, which we're currently looking at, you're going to be selling that for about 125k. But this is pretty much it. It's pretty much just working your way through the ritual. As you can see, it does take a little while to convert this into Ectoplasm. But again, I think this method is more aimed towards the Iron Man, but also controlling the Ectoplasm price, which I do think was worth doing, because the Ectoplasm price for a period of time was just starting to get away from us. I think when it was getting towards 4.5 to 5k for Ectoplasm, it's just a bit too expensive, with especially how quick you use it for training as well. Great gold sink and great way to take the Ectoplasm out. It just needed a little bit of balancing and refining with how it came into the game. So really good move there, and I do think especially for Iron Man especially, this would be a really good way to get the Ectoplasm in. Collecting the slime will have a form of GP per hour to it, and again, if it was me personally, do the no paper method. It is way better, and just make sure you've got your Mauritania legs as well. 2.5k now for getting that is really quite good, so definitely look at doing that as well. So we're going to finish this, and then we're just going to do one more. Now the reason why I'm not going to do like a big stint of this and just see how much it is an hour is because I'm actually very close to 120 necromancy, and I kind of want to save that until I can do a couple 120s together, which is why I've not gone and done more. But just to go through that again, as you can see, 6.6k for the ritual. You need 95 necromancy in a tier 3 ritual site. 20 buckets of slime is what's required. And as an output, you're going to get 55 Ectoplasm. For me, I got 154 because of the multipliers I've got on, and 6.6k necromancy XP as well. So the fact we actually had some multipliers spare and we got 154 necroplasm, even with the price we're going to have to sell it for, is pretty good. So we're going to actually take that and go and throw that in the Grand Exchange. And for the time it's going to take per hour, I think this is pretty comfortably, this is probably better than lesser necroplasm. The problem is just getting the buckets of slime. If you put the time in to go and get a bucket of slime, or if you've got the slime sort of there from the world event a year ago, the Death Note thing, you're definitely sitting on some money here. And if you've got buckets of slime in your bank, definitely look at getting them converted to Ectoplasm as soon as possible. It's a really good way to make some money. So if we sell that, we've basically turned even if it's inflated for the price of inks and stuff, 25 to 30k ritual into the best part of 400k. And that was with using 3 multipliers and the multiplier 3 on the necromancy cape as well, which pretty big upgrade that is. But when that sells, which it really will because Ectoplasm is in such demand and we're selling it under the Grand Exchange price as well, that's a pretty huge profit. And even though it takes slightly longer to do per hour, I still think you can easily get 10 millish per hour as well, which is definitely a really good money maker to do. So check your bank for buckets of slime. If you haven't got buckets of slime, I would probably say you're going to have to half your GP per hour, turn them into Ectoplasm because of the time it's going to take to get the buckets of slime. But if you are looking to do this for a money making method, it is definitely there. And the thing is as well, maybe once I'm 120, I'll do a full hour or 2 of it. But once you get loot from the random events, if you get Moonstone or 2, or if you get some other stuff, that will pile up more loot as well. And if you can get the right amount of these done per hour, you can make quite a bit of money. So I'd pretty happily say like necromancy rituals are once again easily over 10 mil per hour. So another good way to make money with necromancy. Again, things still constantly change. With little updates like this, which probably don't get the sort of press it deserves, you can actually make some money and capitalize on it as well. But One thing to be keeping an eye on for the future is I'm not quite sure what the price of Ectoplasm going forward. Will it change? Quite possibly. Will it move on or go up? It could do, because it's an item which really is in demand and people are after it as well. But that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Plenty more content on its way very, very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed once again, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.